PR Connections Radio presents. This episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and non-profit organizations. They can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications is your solution for business success.
Hello there, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III, and I am your host, Jesse Oakley III. Now, the purpose of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is for yours truly to interview a plethora of positive people that are making big differences in the community, whether they're speakers, authors, writers, leaders, anywhere else in the community. You will hear from them first right here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. Now, today's episode is a wonderful, awesome episode, and I have a great opportunity to have as a guest on the Sunday Morning Chat Series a person I was very familiar with within the Toastmasters community, as well as a past district director of District 52, which is currently the Los Angeles area of Toastmasters. And when I think of dynamic energy, when I think of a person who is definitely bright and who is definitely a hardworking individual, this guest comes to mind, and I am 200% glad and grateful to have her on the podcast. So without any further delay, please help me welcome the guest, distinguished Toastmaster and past District 52 Director, Janet Walters. Hey, Janet, how's it going?
Hey, Jesse, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and it's great to have you here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now with that being said, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, without further delay, let's chat. Now, we all have our starts in Toastmasters. Whether it be joining any Toastmaster club or joining through Speechcraft, we all have our day one with this organization. Could you please tell the people out there, when did your day one take place?
Well, I got my start in Toastmasters because I just started grad school. And long story short, I haven't been in college for many, many years. And it was a professor of mine said, because I'm very nervous, she said, go visit the closest Toastmaster club and check it out and give us a report, and you're going to stand in front of the class. And I did just that. And the second I walked into that meeting, I was completely blown away at how professional and organized and friendly were the members. I never felt so welcome before. So in addition to getting that report later on in the week, I also joined Toastmasters that very day.
I tell you, Janet, it's very interesting because you mentioned about professor recommendation, and I got to tell you this. My start in Toastmasters happened when I was a civil engineering student at UNLV, and the professor of the program, actually the founder of the college school at UNLV, hit me to something called Speechcraft. I joined my first Toastmaster Speechcraft back in '95, and the rest is history. I joined my club back in '02, but when I was at UNLV, I went to 3 Speechcraft sessions before I graduated in '99. So it's very interesting that you mentioned about your professor recommendation, because that's how I got started with my professor recommendation. And I think that's truly cool. My goodness.
Yeah, I'm grateful for her. I wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Yeah, same here. Likewise. Likewise with Herb. Herb Wells, thank you very much. Now, another question I do have for you is people within the Toastmaster communities are doing amazing things and amazing details, and I'm a past international director, and I was able to do things within Toastmasters. Now, when it comes to being a past district director, what are you doing for Toastmasters right now? What's going out there for Janet Walters?
So right now I am focused in my community, and I live in Glendale, California. And what I'm working on a public relations launch, and this is for my club, but also this is going to be for anyone, any Toastmasters in the city of Glendale. And I know at one point we're going to merge into a different district, but I still have my city. So what we're doing is we're going to do a campaign, a PR kickoff, and we're going to use social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Nextdoor, whatever types, and Twitter, depending on what people are using. But for me and the people I'm working with, those are the main platforms that we're going to use. And then also, we're going to go back to old school. And this is what I did in the olden days, way, way back when. Now that COVID is pretty much, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's not really around now that much. We're going to go out and we're going to visit public libraries, anywhere where they will allow us to, since we're a nonprofit organization. And we're going to start posting on the old-fashioned bulletin boards. So we're really, really, really excited about that. And of course, within my own club, we are going to host a very huge open house, and that's going to be happening in April. So that's currently what I've been up to.
I tell you what, it's truly fantastic. And this is the idea of the Sunday Morning Chat series. People like Janet doing big things in the community, and it is truly amazing to actually hear about the oncomings that's happening in April. And we'll definitely appreciate that. Now, another question I do have for you are challenges. Now, we've been in Toastmasters for quite a while, and we experience different challenges within the organization. Now, these challenges we'll be able to overcome. Could you describe to us one challenge that you faced within your journey that you were able to overcome within Toastmasters?
Well, I would go back to my growing leadership days, because when I first started Toastmasters, I wanted to get over the fear of public speaking, but I was invited to serve as an area director back in the day, and I managed to work my way. Well, I went all the way to eventually district director, and I have to tell you, serving as a district director it was very challenging, but it was a good growth experience for me. I couldn't always be a friend for people. I had to stand my ground and do the right thing. And that's the most important thing, is that I learned from that, and it helped me be a much more confident and assertive. And I'm grateful for that experience. And this is helping me now in my journey in Toastmasters.
It's really fantastic, definitely. And it always says that the journey is better than the end. So once you have that wonderful journey you can learn from, that's a win-win before you even reach the end.
Yeah.
Now, another question I do have for you, where we have the challenges that you're able to overcome. Now, the best moments, we all have best moments within Toastmasters. Could you describe some of the best moments you experienced since you joined this organization?
Okay, so for me, the very best experience I had when I was a district director, a lot of people on the outside made fun of our district, said we're a poor performing district. And I said, well, wait a minute, why don't we go for President's Distinguished? And at that time, that was the highest level you could achieve at the district level. And my greatest moment is when we hit President's Distinguished. And it was a lot of hard work, but I was so proud of myself. And we ended up being number 10 in the world, which is a pretty high status. And really, that was probably my proudest moment, is that when me and my club, I didn't do it myself. It took a whole village, the entire district, to help make that happen.
And I tell you what, I think I was there at that when you walked across the stage celebrating the President's Distinguished Honors. It's like, wow, this Janet Walters is truly amazing. It actually had lead that community to go from where you just mentioned before to President's Distinguished. And I thought, you know what? That girl's on to something. She's definitely going places within Toastmasters, and it's definitely in leadership, and that name is known. So when I saw you walk across that stage, and actually the community with District 52 is like, you know what? That's one person to look out for. She's going to make some big noise and make some big voices. But that's the first impression I got when I first saw you on the stage with District 52.
Wow. I'm glad to know that now. That was very nice, because I remember when you were hosting the district conference, when I first saw you, I was like, oh my God, it's Jessie. So you were known too back then. And your wife, oh my God, Dana, wow. And I but you're so far away. But that was a really cool time. So I guess we indirectly met each other during our journey in Toastmasters.
I tell you what, you never know what difference you'll make or what impressions you'll make just by doing the work that you do, because, you saw you at the stage, and you saw my wife and I over at Caesar's Palace, and, it just never know what you could be doing. And that's always important lessons. Never know who's watching out and who's looking out for you and who might be impressed by what you do. So keep doing what you're doing and doing the best at it, because you never know who the heck are you impress.
I know. Thank you for that. Yes, I appreciate that.
All right. Now, next question I do have for you. Let's see. We talked about the good moments. We talked about the challenges. Now, let's say that someone out there, let's say that you just came off the stage as a President's Distinguished District. and there's a new up-and-coming Toastmaster that says, Janet, you really impressed me with your leadership skills. And I thought that I wasn't able to do anything, but you showed me that the impossible is possible. And I really want to be in your shoes. I want to be just like you when I go into leadership change or go into communications change. If someone were to tell you that young up-and-coming Toastmaster told you that they want to be in your shoes, what advice would you give that person who wanted to be in your shoes?
Well, I would definitely encourage them to join a Toastmasters club. And I would also let this person know, speak as often as you can, take up any leadership roles, and this will help you grow much more quickly, and you will gain the confidence, and you can go further in your Toastmasters journey. And one thing I do know for sure, what you put into your Toastmasters, you reap the benefits. So that's why I love Toastmasters so much. And if I could stand and throw out pins and prizes of Toastmasters, I would do that. I don't know if that's allowed, but I would get a real kick out of just inviting people. Here's a Toastmaster trophy, or like a stuffed one, and all these different things to get them inspired. But I would tell that person, and take this seriously, and I encourage you to work with a mentor to get you going. And in fact, as you continue your journey, you can still get mentored, and then at some point you'll become a mentor. It's a win-win-win all the way around.
I tell you, you hit the nail right there on the head, especially with the win-win-win. Because if you have the win-win-win, you will not here to lose. Now, for the mindset, it's the win-win-win, the win and learn. And if you have anything that's the win in the beginning, then you just never lose. And this is always a wonderful and opportunity for anyone to actually experience.
Yeah.
Now, how can more people know about the Toastmasters community that you're in? Where could it actually go, whether it be online or social media or anywhere else they could think of?
I think the best place to start is go on our Facebook page. The name of my club is called Leadership and Public Speaking Toastmasters. And excuse me, we have an account there, and we post information all the time. And also our vice president of membership and our vice president of public relations are, they're on there, and they will respond to interested or, prospective members. That's my recommendation. I can type you the link, and you can put it somewhere so people can see that and get on the Facebook. And that's probably the best way. And of course, sometimes we get recommendations from Toastmasters International. And what I'm really happy about is our club, it keeps on top of those. So we're on the lookout for new members, returning members, and we really want to grow our club and grow our community.
All right. And you just mentioned Leadership and Public Speaking Toastmasters?
Yes.
Okay. And that's on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do that right now. This is what I'm doing right here. Right now is Leadership and Public Speaking Toastmasters. And I'm looking, and you are right here. Leadership and Public Speaking. And look at this. Leadership and Public Speaking Toastmasters. And guess what I'm going to do? Bam. Click the like button. So actually, I'm liking this Facebook page. And you see, it takes a few seconds to actually do that. So look at Leadership and Public Speaking Toastmasters. Go on Facebook. Click the like button. And bam, you see all this amazing tips and items that's here on this page. So if I can do it, you can do it too. So definitely check that out. Leadership and Public Speaking Toastmasters, right there, right there, ready. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
All right. And now the next portion of the episode is called the shout out portion. If you can give a shout out to as many people as you possibly can to make their journey possible, who would you like to give a shout out to?
Okay. Some people who've really impacted my life in Toastmasters. First of all, is Linda Kodakumagai. She's very active, she's very, very active, and she's probably one of my favorite mentors. Another person who has impacted my life is Lance Webster. He was my club growth director, and whatever that man touches, it turns into gold. He's absolutely amazing. Absolutely. So he's a really great person too. And another person I worked with that really helped me, and she was a great mentor as well, Tamala Takahashi. And you remember Tamala? Yeah. So she's a very good mentor. And I really, I'm so blessed that I got to work with these fabulous people. And then one more person I like to make a shout out to. She was part of the team as well. Her name's Kathleen Lubin. And you may or may not know her, but she made a huge contribution to Toastmasters. It's because she was one of my key persons who took on teams to help us build new clubs. So she was absolutely amazing.
Truly an amazing group, an amazing set of leaders there in District 52, and so many people that you named off. Definitely familiar with all of those folks in District 52, because when I was District 33 governor back in 2012 and 2013, I looked over the corner and just peeked over at 52 to see what are they doing over there. So definitely those names are truly familiar, especially in the 52 community. Now, one question I do have for you, one more question, will be addressed to the people out there. And these people are the people who follow this Sunday morning chat series. They call the happy people, and they are my crew. And they always love some wise words of wisdom from my guests to actually send them off on their way before we wrap up this show. Now, if you have one more solid wise words of wisdom for my crew and my people, the happy people, what would it be?
Well, happy people, you're at the right place. You're on the best podcast with Jesse Oakley, man. He's the best. But my words of wisdom is definitely follow Jesse. Follow him. He's very smart and he has so much to offer. And the other thing is, if you're afraid to be in Toastmasters, just do it anyway. I forced myself. And once you do it, it's not, oh, wow, I can actually do this. And I'm mentoring someone right now. He's brand new, and it's an icebreaker speech that a lot of people are afraid of. So I would encourage all of you to go to a local meeting, and you can look at the Toastmasters.org website to find the club that's closest to you. And those are my words of wisdom. I would not be where I am today if I never invested my time in Toastmasters.
And Janet, that is a perfect bookend to a wonderful episode. On behalf of all the happy people that are watching this podcast, I thank you for being on the Sunday morning chat series with Jessica III. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you. Have a good one. Happy Sunday.
All right. And this concludes this episode of the Sunday morning chat series. If you want more about PR Connections to sponsor this podcast, go to prconnectionsradio.com. But wait, there's more. If you want to check out a plethora of more podcasts under the PR Connections brand, I suggest that you go to YouTube, type up PR Connections, and check out the podcasts that are out there, including this one, the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jessica III. But wait, there's also more. And you can actually go to, for more episodes that I've done in the past, there's a YouTube channel out there called Sunday Morning Chat Series. Just type up Sunday Morning Chat Series in YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment and share, and just check out the episodes I've done from 2020, 2021, 2024, 2025, and right here in 2026. That's right. So many years of Sunday Morning Chat Series and so many guests that have been on the podcast that always never run out of plethora of positive people that are making a big difference in the community. So on behalf of Janet and myself, this is Jessica III signing off on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And stay tuned for our next episode, which will take place Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, you take care of yourselves and always, always, always have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
The Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce brings businesses and nonprofit organizations together to create synergistic relationships that benefit the community. Join our tribe to network with community and business partners, increase sales, improve fundraising efforts, differentiate your brand, help worthy nonprofits, and more. Become a member today. Visit our website, causemarketingchamber.com, to see how we can help you grow your business or your nonprofit organization. Click on the Join Now button at causemarketingchamber.com. Help us build a world where social responsibility is the new bottom line. PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.